Have you ever tried to stick to a budget only to feel like it's completely impossible? You're not alone, and this video is exactly what you clicked for. I'm not here to give you the same old just track your expenses advice. Instead, I'll show you the real reasons why budgeting feels so hard for most people, and the surprising fix that actually works, even if you've failed before. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the hidden psychological traps that sabotage your money, plus a step-by-step system I've used to help people finally take control of their finances. This isn't just another budgeting video. This is the wealth window approach, and it's helped viewers just like you break free from the cycle of frustration. So, if you're ready to make budgeting finally work for you, let's get started. Let me tell you about Sarah, a 28-year-old marketing manager who tried everything. She downloaded every budgeting app, read every personal finance book, and even hired a financial coach. But every month, the same thing happened. She'd start strong, track every expense for about 2 weeks, then completely fall off the wagon. Sound familiar? Sarah isn't alone. Studies show that 84% of people who start budgeting abandon it within 3 months. But here's what's shocking. It's not because they're lazy or lack willpower. It's because traditional budgeting is fundamentally broken. The problem isn't you. The problem is that you've been taught to budget like it's 1995 when people paid with cash and wrote checks. But in 2025, with automatic subscriptions, digital payments, and variable income, the old rules don't work anymore. But there's something even more insidious happening. The budgeting industry, yes, it's a billion-dollar industry, has convinced you that if budgeting feels hard, you're doing something wrong. They've made you believe that successful people just have more discipline than you do. That's complete nonsense. Here's the real reason budgeting feels impossible. You're trying to control every dollar instead of controlling the systems that spend your dollars. It's like trying to steer a car by grabbing the wheels instead of using the steering wheel. But here's where it gets interesting. The people who are actually successful with money aren't budgeting the way you think they are. They're using what I call the wealth window system, and it's completely different from everything you've been taught. Instead of tracking every expense, they automate their most important financial decisions. Instead of trying to control every dollar, they control the flow of money through their accounts. And instead of relying on willpower, they build systems that work even when they're tired, stressed, or distracted. The wealth window system has 3 core principles, and once you understand them, you'll never go back to traditional budgeting again. Principle 1 is called Pay Yourself First Automation. Instead of budgeting what's left over, you automatically save and invest before you have a chance to spend. This isn't just about setting up automatic transfers. It's about designing your entire financial system around this concept. Here's the psychology behind why this works. Researchers have found that humans suffer from something called decision fatigue. Every financial decision you make throughout the day depletes your mental energy. By the time you get to the end of the month and try to save what's left over, your brain is exhausted and defaults to spending. But when you automate your savings first, you're making that decision when your willpower is strongest, when you're setting up the system. After that, it requires 0 mental energy because the decision is already made. Here's exactly how to set this up. Open a high-yield savings account at a different bank than your checking account. I recommend Ali Bank, Marcus by Goldman Sachs, or Capital One 360. They all offer competitive rates and easy automation. Set up automatic transfers for the day after your paycheck hits. If you get paid on the 15th, set transfers for the 16th. The exact amounts depend on your income, but here's the framework. Start with just $25 per month. That's less than 1 dinner out. The goal isn't the amount, it's building the habit and proving to yourself that the system works. Principle 2 is conscious spending categories. Instead of tracking 47 different budget categories like traditional budgeting suggests, the wealth window system uses just 4: fixed costs, savings goals, guilt-free spending, and unexpected expenses. Here are the exact percentages that work for most people. Fixed costs, 50 to 60%. Rent, insurance, minimum debt payments, utilities. Savings goals, 15 to 20%. Emergency fund, retirement, specific goals. Guilt-free spending, 20 to 30%. Food, entertainment, clothes, hobbies. Unexpected expenses, 5 to 10%. Buffer for life surprises. Let's use real numbers. If you make $5,000 per month after taxes, fixed costs, $2,750, 55%. Savings goals, $750, 15%. Guilt-free spending, $1,250, 25%. Unexpected expenses, $250, 5%. The beauty of this system is that once your fixed costs and savings are automated, you can spend your guilt-free money however you want without tracking every dollar. Want to spend $200 on a nice dinner? Go for it, as long as it fits in your guilt-free category. But what if you have irregular income? Here's the strategy. Base your automation on your lowest typical month. If you usually make between $3,000 and $6,000 per month, set up your system based on $3,000. Everything above that is bonus money that you can allocate to extra savings or guilt-free spending. What if you have debt? Prioritize this way. Build a $1,000 emergency fund first, then attack debt above 7% interest rates, then build your full emergency fund. The emergency fund prevents you from going further into debt when life happens. Principle 3 is the monthly money date. This is a 30-minute monthly review where you look at your numbers, adjust your system, and plan for the next month. Not daily tracking, not weekly stress sessions. One focused review per month. Here's the psychology behind why monthly reviews work better than daily tracking. Daily tracking creates what researchers call payment pain, the psychological discomfort of constantly thinking about money leaving your account. This pain is so uncomfortable that people either abandon tracking altogether or become obsessive about it. Monthly reviews give you enough data to see patterns without creating payment pain. You can see trends without getting bogged down in daily fluctuations. During your money date, ask these 3 questions. Are my automatic systems working as planned? Do I need to adjust anything for next month? What did I learn about my spending patterns? Set a recurring calendar reminder for the same day each month. I recommend the last Sunday of the month when you're relaxed and can think clearly. Here's your step-by-step implementation plan. Week 1, open your high-yield savings account and set up one automatic transfer, even if it's just $25. Week 2, calculate your 4 categories using your actual numbers from last month's spending. Week 3, set up automatic transfers for all your savings goals. Week 4, schedule your first monthly money date and review how the system is working. Now let's talk about what to do when things go wrong, because they will. Red flag number 1, you're consistently overspending your guilt-free category. This usually means your fixed costs are too high or you're not earning enough. Don't just increase the guilt-free amount, figure out why it's happening. Red flag number 2, you keep borrowing from your savings for non-emergencies. This means you haven't clearly defined what constitutes an emergency, or your guilt-free spending amount is too low. Red flag number 3, you're constantly adjusting the system. Some tweaking is normal in the first few months, but if you're changing things every month, you're probably overcomplicating it. When major life changes happen, job loss, marriage, having kids, don't abandon the system. Adjust the percentages, but keep the automation. The system should evolve with your life, not disappear when things get complicated. Here's what to do if you fall off track. Don't start over from scratch. Just restart your automation and schedule your next money date. The system is designed to work even when you're not perfect. The most common mistake people make is trying to optimize every detail instead of just starting. Your system doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be automatic. You can always adjust the amounts later, but you can't get back the months you spent planning instead of doing. Remember, the goal isn't to control every dollar. The goal is to build a system that automatically moves you toward your financial goals while still letting you enjoy your life today. Traditional budgeting fails because it demands perfection. The wealth window system succeeds because it's designed for real humans living real lives. Now that you know the real reasons budgeting fails and have the wealth window system to fix it, there's one more money trap that's sabotaging most people's financial success. Check out this video where I reveal the shocking truth about why most people fail with money and the simple mindset shift that changes everything.